So, thank you for waiting on some of us Portland crews.
Yeah. Okay, good evening. I'll introduce myself. I'm Captain Kyle Kennedy with the Oregon State Police. That's spelled Kylekenennedy. I'll be reading a bit from my notes. This incident's only a few hours old, so I'll be limited in what details I have available to me and what I can share at this time. At the end, I'll have an opportunity just for a couple of questions. We'll see if we can answer those. But I want to start this evening by sending our heartfelt support to the community in West Richland, Washington, who's experienced a senseless tragedy in the last 24 hours. My prayer is that their community will continue to come together to provide support and strength during this grievous time. The difficulty they're experiencing is unimaginable and has a significant impact on the folks up north. The conclusion of this search has been the culmination of hours of hard work and dedication of law enforcement partners, both in Oregon, Washington, as well as federal contributors. Since the start, our goal has been simple, and that is to bring Roman Santos home safely. He's the 1-year-old infant who was kidnapped, and we've done that. Roman is safe in the care of Oregon officials. He is doing well and being cared for. We're very, very thankful for that outcome. In regards to the circumstances surrounding this, last evening, the Oregon State Police issued an Amber Alert around 11:35 p.m. We received that request around 10:30 from the Washington State Patrol, and then we worked to confirm that information and get it out as quickly as possible. That took about an hour. And that information, that Amber Alert, went out to every Oregonian and all of our law enforcement partners in Oregon. The Amber Alert was issued in response to the murder of 2 women in West Richland, Washington, and the kidnapping of 1-year-old Roman Santos. The suspect in these murders and kidnapping is a man identified as Elias Huizar. He was reportedly driving a 2009 Toyota Corolla with Washington plates, and as of the early morning hours had been believed to have entered into Oregon. Throughout the greater part of the day, law enforcement partners in the metro area, including the Oregon State Police, federal partners, and many Oregon municipalities have been working together in an effort to locate him. At approximately 2:40 today, an Oregon State trooper was parked along Interstate 5, checking for the vehicle to come southbound. And near milepost 221, so that's just south of Highway 34, encountered the suspect vehicle, pulled out behind it with another trooper, initiated a traffic stop, and the vehicle fled. Those 2 troopers initiated and engaged in a pursuit with a suspect vehicle at high speed southbound on the interstate. Near milepost 209, which is near the Diamond Hill Road exit, there was a minor collision, and the suspect vehicle lost control. There was an exchange of gunfire at this location before the suspect vehicle fled again, southbound on the interstate. At that time, no known injuries resulted in the exchange of gunfire. Near milepost 197, just south of Coburg, a suspect crashed into a stopped commercial motor vehicle. That commercial motor vehicle stopped for another crash southbound of it on the freeway, and so traffic had clogged up there. The suspect vehicle crashed, spun into the median where it became immobile. As troopers contacted the suspect vehicle, the suspect died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The infant was located uninjured and removed from the vehicle. Involved in the exchange of gunfire was Superintendent Casey Cotting and Sergeant Orley Johnson of the Oregon State Police. At this time, the Lane County Sheriff's Office has been asked to take lead on the death investigation, and the Linn County Sheriff's Office is taking lead on the officer-involved shooting. I want to say that we're very proud of the efforts of the trooper involved in this pursuit today. Their dedication and courage is a hallmark of the character of an Oregon State trooper, and their efforts today are paramount, or were paramount, in bringing Roman home safely. I also want to thank all the partners who were involved in this, starting in Washington. I'm going to list all these off for you. There's a significant amount of collaboration that went into this, starting with Kennewick PD, Paso PD, Richland PD, Prosser PD, Benton County Sheriff's Office, Washington, Franklin County Sheriff's Office, Washington State Patrol, Benton Fire District 1 and 4, the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, and U.S. Fish and Wildlife. In Oregon this morning, the Portland Police Bureau, the Hillsborough Police Department, the Portland FBI Task Force, as well as the Oregon State Police were involved in the search to locate this vehicle. The pursuit involved primarily the Oregon State Police and the Lynn County Deputy. And on scene, we want to thank our partners of the Lane County SO, the Eugene Police Department, and Coburg PD, who all responded to this incident. At this time, there's limited information that we can release related to this. This happened just about 3 hours ago, and our investigators and those teams are still out there on the highway actively trying to piece all the bits of the incident that occurred as they were moving south on the interstate. All day, our thoughts have been how to rescue this young boy from a very, very dangerous situation. That's been the focus of our efforts, and we're thankful for the outcome that occurred at the collaboration and cooperation of all these agencies coming together. At this time, I can try and take a couple of your questions. Again, I'll be limited to what I can say, but I'll be happy to.
I'm Rebecca Hanson-White with KLCC. Was any other motorists injured, or were there any other injuries as with this chase through London?
Not to our knowledge. We do believe that there was contact with other vehicles, but to our knowledge, there were no other known injuries.
Have you all been in contact with Roman's family? Who will be carried to the Roman once his family is found out?
So currently, DHS in Oregon is coming to help us with that and to transfer him back. I personally have already been in contact with West Richland PD and let them know of the circumstances today and the culmination of this event.
First, was the suspect found dead on the scene and pronounced dead on the scene, or was that later on at the hospital? And was he driving that 2009 Toyota Camry when the troopers caught him?
Yeah, I believe it's a 2009 Toyota Corolla, and he was deceased in the vehicle. He was not transported.
Yesterday, when you guys received that Amber Alert, how does that kind of alert really change your guys' operations throughout the next day, specifically when it is as timely as it is? We had to go to Mexico, correct?
There was information that may have led him to Mexico. However, I'd say that was unverified. In terms of an Amber Alert, Amber Alerts are incredibly serious. They can be incredibly dangerous. Today was a worst-case scenario for us, and having a murder suspect in the same vehicle is an innocent juvenile. That brings everything up another level for us in terms of the work and the collaboration that's going to go into this. It's a zero-sum game for us, and we all understand that when we go out there and look for this vehicle. So we're thankful the way it turned out. And bringing him home safely.
How does it feel bringing the kid home safely today?
Well, I'm incredibly proud of just the work. I mean, when law enforcement partners learned of this and the Amber Alert goes out, everyone came together in Washington and Oregon, our federal partners. So I'm standing here as part of the Oregon State Police. We're at the end of this, but we all have to understand there's a long line of work and effort that goes into this. There's a number of partners who contributed to this that just frankly aren't going to be named at the end of the day. In terms of the performance of the troopers who are on scene, the superintendent and the sergeant, super proud of their work. I mean, this is literally courage under fire. And so we can't be thankful enough that these are the men and women who are putting on the uniform to go out and create resolutions like this that are potentially the best outcome we could have had.
How long did the high-speed chase
It was about 25 miles of the highway, so I can't give you a specific duration. Speeds make that a little different, but approximately 20 minutes. I can take one more.
Was the child in a seat or restrained in a seatbelt or anything?
I don't have an answer to that one, sir. Yeah.
You know, a lot of troopers have families. How does emotions like that play into a situation like this?
Yeah, well, I'll just say the troopers who are involved in this are still processing this. Even for me to go down and get to see my coworkers and people I'm very proud of and just pass them in the hallway real quick and just have the, hey, are you good? And yeah, and then you go to work. So the processing of these events is significant. However, I'm thankful for the investment that the state police is putting into the welfare and resiliency of our troopers, and they're currently there providing resources for them now. So all this is coming together is the way we would like it to, and our hope is that we can continue to support them. So.
How are officers or troopers trained to use deadly force when the possibility of an intent is in the car, where in the direction of where the gunfire could be going?
Yeah, that's just knowing your backdrop and where things are, and that's very difficult to train in a moving scenario like this. So we're very thankful for the way this incident turned out. I appreciate you all coming down, especially our Portland media partners. I appreciate you following up with this, and that concludes this for the evening. Thank you.